Hello, we're going to go over the notes for Intro to Statistical Questions and Data. Data. Data can be described as a collection of facts. So pause this when you need to write things in. For example, numbers, measurements, observations, and descriptions. Categorical data and numerical data are two types of data. Categorical data, this represents characteristics. Okay, and numerical data represents values that can be measured. Task 1. Read each statement and to determine if it is referring to categorical or numerical data. Remember, if you need to pause this to fill in, please do so. Luke says, I'm collecting data to determine each student's favorite genre of book to read. Well, is that categorical or numerical? In this case, it's categorical. Okay, the responses will be the genres. DeMarcus says, I'm collecting data to determine how many hours of sleep each student in our class gets. Well, that's going to be numerical. The responses will be a number of hours. Next, Josie says, I'm collecting data to determine how much money each student's family spends on groceries each week. Well, if they're doing how much money is numbers, so this one also must be numerical, because their answers will be the amount of money. And finally, Heather says, I'm collecting data on the color of cars that run the stoplight in front of the schools. This is going to be categorical because the responses will be different colors. Take a moment to pause if you need to copy all of those answers down. Let's move on. Identify two numerical and two categorical data sets that could be observed about a standard deck of playing cards. So let's look at categorical data. Let's think of playing cards. Well, we could do the different color of the cards and the different suits of the cards, meaning whether it's spades or hearts or diamonds or clubs. So our first one could be different colors. And our second one could be different suits. Now, numerical data, we could say the number of face cards, or we can also say the number of black or red cards. Okay, so take a moment if you need to pause it right here and write down those answers. Now that we know the different type of data we can collect, let's look at statistical questions. In order for a question to be considered statistical, it must meet two criteria. The question must be able to be answered by data, and the data must vary. And we're going to go over what that means. So an example would be, how many pets do the students in the 6th grade at Smith Middle School have? All right, so again, the example was, how many pets do students in the 6th grade at Smith have? Take a moment to write that down. So why is that a statistical question? Well, first of all, we're going to be collecting data, okay? In this case, we're going to be collecting numerical data. You're going to say whether you have 0 pets or 3 pets or 10 pets, okay? And that's what it means by vary, okay? Not everybody's going to give the same answer, okay? So your data must vary. So again, it will be, I'm going to say 0, and Mrs. Elwood will probably say like 10, okay? So now let's look at the next task. Consider the question, how many movies have the students in our class seen this year? Discuss the following. Is this question answered by data? Okay. Does the data given vary? Okay, so is this a statistical question? Well, yes, we'd be collecting data because we're going to say in this case, again, it'll be how many movies, so it's going to be a number. Okay, each of you is going to say a different answer. Okay, some of you might have the same, but it will vary. So yes, this is a statistical question. So now let's use the understanding of statistical questions to complete the table below. Okay, we're going to write whether it's statistical or not. What is the favorite restaurant of the students in my school? Okay, so we're going to be collecting data. Yep, this one will be categorical. Okay, will it vary? Yep. So this is a statistical question. Statistical. Great. Let's look at the next question. How many years have the students on my school's soccer team played sports? Okay, will I be collecting data? Yep. How many years? So again, that'll be numerical data. Have the students on my school soccer team? Okay, so I'm asking many people, and the answer will vary. So this is also statistical. Next question. How many siblings do you have? Well, will I get data? Sure, I'm going to get a number. Okay, will my data vary? Nope, because I'm only asking one person. Okay, because I'm asking one person, I'm not going to get any variation. So this is not statistical. I'm just going to put not there. Okay, let's look at the next one. How many pets does Mrs. Jackson own? Okay, will it be answered by data? Sure, I'll get a number. Okay, will my answers vary? No, because I'm only asking one person. So this is not statistical. Okay, so in the last section, just think of two things that you learned, okay, from this lesson and put them in the little word bubbles. Okay, if you need to, review this information on your own and ask your teacher questions. Bye-bye.